I saw the text, Bob, that you sent Dale the other day when you were talking about how good his horse
Are you sharing text now? What's going
just
on?
Positive. I'm trying to show the kinder, gentler side of you.
I've been very impressed with his horse, and after watching him work yesterday, he looks like he's definitely, the horse to beat.
Dale, is Bob cold watering us?
Yeah, you know how he plays the game. He keeps everything close to the vest. Doesn't say a whole lot. My horse is doing great, though. And it was comforting to get that text to see, because he ain't bullshitting if he's going to send a text saying the horse is doing good. But this is a tough-ass race for him. And both of our horses plus the others, even if it is a 7-horse field. Brendan's horse is a good horse. The horse that ran second to my horse is a good horse. Bob's horse stands out. I mean, right now he's still the top grade 1 winner in the race.
All I know, if you listen to the trainer of Maxwell and you and me, that winner circle is going to be pretty crowded because everybody thinks we can win it. So, but it's fun. But I think it's one of the toughest juvenile races I've been in.
Even Scabbard, say his name, Scabbard. He's a good horse. Maxwell's a good horse. 8 Rings a good horse. My horse is a good horse. This is, Bob, even though it's a smaller field, as good a group as ever put together coming in here.
Yeah, I remember him. I'm just mad that we didn't buy him in Saratoga. He was on our list, and we sort of passed him up, but he's got a sharper eye than I do.
Yeah,
so.
On his list, sort of pass it up is the story he likes to tell now, but the story I always heard was, "Tis now." I don't want a tis now. That's what I heard Bob had to say.
Sometimes, Jill's always telling me, do not be a sire snob, but sometimes, we let it get away from us. But, I think it's going to be, I'm looking forward to it because of all of the races. I'm really excited about him and Mackenzie, those 2 races. And so, but I think, I'd rather be running on a Saturday. I think these horses are Saturday horses. They're not Friday horses.
I agree 100%. The original races should all be run on Saturday. Right. Do you feel the same way I do? To win one of the originals, there's a little extra oomph to it.
It is. It's these are Saturday horses, and they. You're talking about the future of people following them. Down the road. Hopefully they'll be in the Kentucky Derby or whatever. But I think they're definitely. This group is Saturday group. So unfortunately, but it's still going to be exciting.
The problem with this race is, I think with at least the 3 favorites, is second's not good enough. Second's not good enough in this race for any of those 3 horses. And I think it's going to be one of the most interesting races on the entire weekend. And of course, one that people like to follow the most because it leads in what it does for next year and who's going to be the early Derby favorite.
Sign up now and say that you would be second in this race, but you would win come the first Saturday in May. Would you sign up?
What kind of a question is that? Come on.
Oh, it's a turf rider's question.
That is a very loaded question.
It's a turf rider's question.
Nothing positive can come out of answering that.
We need.
But give me the paper to sign. He's already done it 4 times.
Well, for a long time, up until Street Sense, that running in the juvenile was a key race for the Derby, but not necessarily the winner, meaning that a lot of horses that don't win come back and are the ones.
One of the things that made American Pharoah a Triple Crown winner, I don't think a lot of us could have stood the pressure. I know Bob could have run him in the juvenile that year, but how many of us have the power to say, no, we're not going to run? It's going to be better for him in the future to wait right now. And you look at how it turned out for American Pharoah. But you go back and also look at the champion 2-year-olds that have won this race and the good sires they've become. This is a sire-making race, and it's an important race. And it's hard to look past this weekend.
Your horses have very similar form, including they both would be unbeaten if they hadn't lost a rider in a race.
There's trouble holding on to the rider. It's very rare that they're both, lost their riders. They're the horses to beat. I think, his was, what did you stumble or?
No, mine, another horse came over on top of him, about dropped him. And he came off. It is odd that both, we're probably going to be first and second choice with Maxwell in there with us, but it is odd that both of us have lost a rider first time out.
We were actually in the paddock, and one of the owners' group, somebody says that we can't lose the Del Mar fraternity unless the jockey falls off. And when I heard that, I go, why did you say that? You know, but it's one of those things, you know, racing, you know, there's 1,000 things can go wrong, you know, and every year something happens that's never happened before. And I was sitting there in disbelief. And luckily, you know, Drayden Van Dyke didn't get injured, you know, he got hurt. But
could have been a lot worse.
A lot worse. Matter of fact, the horse stepped on his wrist, and he had broken 2 years ago, and he's got a plate in there, and the plate kept it from snapping, and that's how bad it was. And it just and the horse could have, you know, gotten up and hit the fence or something, but he actually got up and came and galloped over around that field and went right up by him. So I think he thinks he's undefeated.
Yeah. That same thing happened with my horse. I mean, he ran down the horse, and whether he got there or not, he got awful close at 58 and change after stumbling, ripping off his shoe, getting up, running down the horse, and then he just went to the outrider and pulled himself up. It was amazing. It was a tough thing to stand up there and watch and run loose with the reins thing. What about with yours?
I know one thing. It was I was sitting next to Donato Lanning, and the programs are pretty thick at Del Mar. They have all the races. And he was so upset, and Bodie told me this later, I didn't realize. He said, you see Donato after the race, he got the program and just ripped it in half like the string. I mean, I could never do that. He just, that's the disappointment. But we were just all in disbelief, like how, you know, so hopefully everything will go, you know, we want a nice, clean race, you know, everybody come out of it healthy and safe. But I think these are two superstars in the making, and they're just raw talent. So it's going to be, I just hope, Train for Home, you know, they're right there. That's all training can ask for. You train for home, you're in the fight, you have something to root for, and then it just comes down
May the best horse win. And hopefully we're sitting around having the same discussion Belmont week, that they can go through the winter and be healthy and make it through the Triple Crown run.
Dale, Bob said he looked and thought about buying Dennis's moment. Did you look at 8 Rings?
There's some argument there. We look back in I don't remember ever seeing him. So somehow he didn't make it through the shortlisters and to us, and we've been discussing why and trying to figure out how we missed him.
And finally, would y'all just sort of talk about your relationships? When did y'all first become such good friends? Or did you
We've
just
run
evolve?
against each other a whole lot. I'd like to know how many times I've been second to Bob. I'll tell you a quick story. He nailed Shackelford in the Haskell, and it was probably the second or third time he'd run by me in a Grade 1 in a recent town. First of all, he had a special hot dog stand that gives him all the luck. I went there before him and I got 2 hot dogs and left. Before going to Winter Store,
you didn't tell the poor story though.
What?
You'd been on a diet.
I'd been on a strict diet, lost a lot of weight. I went and ate 2 hot dogs. And walking in the Winter Circle, he had to stop and yell at me because they told him I'd been there. You have to eat 1. You ate 2. You ruined all your life.
Well, you have to eat it there. He took him to go, but Max's hot dog.
Max's hot dog. But then walking back, it was 100 degrees. I had a broken foot. I had a cast on it. And I'm sweating through my sport coat. And Tammy just looks back at me and says, you can't beat Bob. And I wanted to run her down and try to choke her, but I couldn't get it to her.
See, I'd gone to Max's hot dog at noon. I was eating my hot dog and leave. When I went in there, they says, there's a trainer in here says that you can't win the Haskell. He's going to win. And to make sure, he heard that eating a hot dog is good luck. So he came and ate. He came and ordered how many did he order? 2. I said, who was it? Oh, sort of a big guy. I go, was it Del Roman? Yeah, that's his name. Oh, so he ate him here? He says, no, he took him to go. I said, no, you can't take it to go. You have to eat him here. So I'm walking in, and Tammy's on the other side. He says, hey, I heard you're trying to, you heard about my good luck charm. And he goes, you got 2 hot dogs, and he's going like, I'm supposed to be on a diet. Don't say anything to Tammy, but
keep it quiet.
You know what? It's been a friendly rivalry, and just like when he jumped up and beat American Pharaoh in the Towers.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but since you did,
but
the first call I got was from Bob, and that was pretty classy. I mean, everybody. The first call I was able to answer was from Bob, congratulating him winning the Travers. I thought that was a class act.
He had him ready, and he beat us, you know. But you know, you have to. I like to acknowledge, you know, when somebody does something great, you know, and that was huge. I've never been under so much pressure, but it was fun. I mean, the town was that was unbelievable. Wasn't it unbelievable?
That was unbelievable. The walkover, they canopied it's like a canopy of people you walk through. So many people there to see American Pharoah. It was amazing. I'll tell you a little bit classless side on my side. We were in Dubai, and it was me and Grant Motion. We were out drinking wine and eating dinner. We took a picture holding the big wine glasses, and I sent it to Bob. It was the year after his heart attack. I wasn't drinking, I wouldn't have sent the text. I said, there's no heart attacks over here. Man, no response. I thought, man, I might overstep the line. He's a little sensitive. 2 days later, I ran both my horses. They both ran last, and ding, I look at the phone. He said, any heart attacks there? Get the hell out of there.
What do you admire most about the other person's horse?
What I like about his horse is that he's a beautiful horse, and he's very balanced, beautiful, and but he just does it easily. He skips over the ground. The one thing about the great ones, they don't get tired. They just do it effortlessly. I was watching him work yesterday, and I thought he was going like 12 and change, and I looked down, I see 11 and 4, and wow. And he just skipping along. I was trying to find something to knock the horse. You know, that's what trainers do. We try to find something that we don't like, and I go, man. And I got home, I said, I saw like Dennis a moment, and Jill says, how do you look? He actually looked really good. I go, he just he went out there and did it easily. I mean, he made this track look fast because it's a tough track to go over, but you know, he's definitely the horse to beat, and you know, this is not going to. You know, it's not going to be a gimme. We're both going to have to just, you know, leave there and have some racing luck. But it's going to be a tough race.
There are a lot of things I like about it. He brings pedigree, power. He's just a big, strong, pretty horse. But the biggest concern I have is that Bob Baffert trains him, and when he shows up, he'll be on his game.